This is James Riley's cat Mowgli, and this is my cat, Mr. Man. A known animal lover like many of us, James Riley actually had 3 cats in his Lockerbie Square home. But if he had had any cats while growing up down in Greenfield, they probably would have been seen as more of working animals rather than beloved family pets. So what changed in the 19th century, and how did the cat's reputation go from laborer to friend? Americans have kept pets in some capacity for pretty much our entire history. Many indigenous tribes, especially Plains tribes, utilized domesticated dogs for pulling sleds, helping in the hunt, and companionship. This was very much the trend with the colonizing forces as well, as the Spanish and the English brought over more dog breeds, small birds, and yes, even cats to the Americas. By the late 18th century, keeping household pets was actually extremely common, but what those pets were really depended on who and where you were. For example, wealthy English families typically had smaller lap dogs, but we know from larger dog collars, gilded bird cages, and even lost dog ads in the newspaper for mastiffs and bloodhounds that families were keeping a variety of animals as pets. Cats, however, were kept firmly in the working animal category. See, many Americans appreciated them for their natural hunting abilities, as mousing cats were exceptionally common in both rural and urban environments, as they were the natural predators to mice and rats. However, they weren't really seen as like the fuzzy family friend, right? In fact, cats are actually notably absent from a lot of early pet keeping guides, including 1866's Book of Household Pets. And I should mention that this is not a really tough competition to get into this book. This book included how to care for ducks, squirrels, possums, and raccoons. See, cats were seen as far closer to lions than dogs were to wolves. The reputations as prime hunters seem to reflect this, but that is not where the similarities seem to end. See, kittens were actually seen as prettily playful, but adult cats were seen as far more untamable. As written in Oliver Goldsmith's 1807's History of the Earth and Animated Nature, their strength is so great and their tempers so capricious that they have frequently been known to suddenly turn upon those whose authority they have appeared to submit. It is really through texts like this that we see their bloodthirsty street cred begin to appear. In fact, in this very same book, the chapter on catkind opens by describing them as an unrelenting race whose sanguinary tempers deal in blood. In Oliver Goldsmith's 1838 publication, History of Man and the Quadruped, we see this perception of cats begin to change just a little bit. While it is still a pretty harsh description of them, describing them as faithless friends, some of the more modern associations with felines begin to appear. Their curiosity is on full display here, as well as a general feminization of the animal. See, in Goldsmith's passages on dogs, dogs are more commonly than not referred to by the male pronoun, almost entirely referred to by male pronouns. However, in the catkind section, cats are much more commonly referred to using female pronouns. In fact, cats were vastly more associated with women than they were with men. See, dogs were seen as loyal and expressive and were also allowed in male-dominated spaces such as hunting groups for the wealthy English families. However, cats had a working association with household labor, and their more discerning social nature really endeared them to Victorian women who were grappling with their own stiff societal stereotypes. While there were obviously some exceptions to this, most notably being the famous cat lover Mark Twain, women are by and far much more responsible for turning cats from a necessary evil into a family friend who had. See, more than anything else, I really do think that the growing fondness for cats during this time really reflected Victorian women's own change. See, the women really related to cats' misunderstood independence, and as their own financial, social, and political independence grew, so did their likeness for the feline's strength and pride. While I am by no means implying that cats were the sole catalyst for the 20th century suffrage movement, because that would be crazy, I do think that there are some really interesting parallels here. I think that it is completely natural for us to really bond with the pets that we care for and see as part of our own family. And sometimes it takes seeing little bits of ourselves in the creatures that we love to really motivate us to make a change. What are some animals that you feel really close to? And feel free to leave some animal pictures and stories in the comments down below. In the meantime, I've been Rebecca McGovern, and this has been Museum Minutes. This is James Miley's cat, Mowgli, and this is my cat, Mr. Man.